All right, we're talking Red Sox now, still on this All-Star break with Nick Friar of WEEI.com. All right, everyone can agree not the first half. We expected from a 108-win team. What is your first half grade for the Red Sox?
I'm going to give them a C right now. I think that that's better than we expected after the first few games. I would say the second half of the first half more like a B-, and then prior to it was an F. They looked miserable. The biggest problem is, Yianni, is that they have problems everywhere. I know the offense has looked significantly better, no questions asked, but the starting pitching has been shaky outside of David Price. In the bullpen, too, you've had Matt Barnes have some good games, but all around his numbers are not that great. Brandon Workman is really the only guy right now who has the solid numbers. Brazier's been up and down. Even Workman has had his days, too.
All right, so this idea that Nathan Eovaldi comes back is the closer in the market for a starter. You've heard Zach Wheeler's name.
Yep.
How do you see Dombrowski shuffling the deck with these options?
Well, I'm glad to hear that he's looking for another starter. I don't know how I feel about paying Eovaldi that much money to close. I'm sure he'll do fine. We saw what he did in the postseason, but it's different in the regular season too. I think Eovaldi, I do think with the closer, I said it with Maury, I think once before, that I do think with the closer you have to have a certain makeup and guys have like an edge to them. But Eovaldi is so kind of calm, cool, and collected that I think it could still translate. But he's not a strikeout guy. How's that going to look when he's in the bullpen more? Is he going to be able to get more Ks? Is he going to let loose more? If he can, then I like that move. Get a starter if you find that's easier, if that market's a little bit more available right now. Madison Bumgarner's out there too. I'd rather see them go after him. I know he's not been the guy he was a couple years ago, but he is proven in the postseason. I mean, he gets after it.
Who is a pitcher and a position player that really need to step up for the Red Sox to get back to the playoffs?
I would say pitcher has got to be Chris Sale. I mean, you can pick any starter at this point other than David Price that needs to step up because everybody's been pretty shaky for the most part. I mean, you could say it's been a bullpen guy too. Offensively, look, you have Christian Vasquez who's hit well. Rafi Devers obviously is doing very well, got snubbed from the All-Star game in Bogarts. And JD's been great. Mookie's the guy I'd say has to step up.
Right.
But even then, right now, Yianni, they can get away with it. They need that pitching they need a couple guys to step up, not just one, really.
All right, on pace for, I think, 88 wins I wrote down. That's right in the thick of the wild card.
Yep.
Ultimately, where does this team end up late September? Are they one of the wild card teams?
I think they can be still. Will they? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say they're going to make a move for a starting pitcher, and then the bullpen will have that anchor now as a closer, because you need to have an anchor, and I'll continue to say it till the day I die. You need to have a set closer. I firmly believe in that.
But we were all saying this before the season. It's not a huge surprise that they've gotten bitten in the tail by this.
But this is what happens when you let numbers dictate a game that has to account for human error. But that's just my thing. And apparently you agree with me too, which I love. But when it comes to what were we talking about? Oh, that's right. Where they ended at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When it comes to the end of the season, I would say they're going to be probably that second wild card team. Maybe have a shot at the first, but I really think it's going to be second because the Rays have looked good. All these other teams are starting to come back.
Back to the Bronx.
Then back to the Bronx because the Indians are doing well.
Assuming they win the wild card game.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is if the Red Sox get into the wild card with 90 wins, the Yankees were in the same position last year with 100.
Yep.
So your season hinges on that one game.
The wild card is amazing. And the Yankees are for sure winning the division. You can book that now if you haven't already.
All right, he's Nick Friar, writes for WEEI.com. Thanks so much for coming in. Much more from the Sports Wrap coming up right after this.